Tired of not manifesting? What follows is a cheat sheet for manifesting like a whiz. Today's podcast is sourced from 5 incredible books on manifesting. Keep listening, it could change your life.
All right, get ready, because today we're going deep, really deep, into manifestation and healing.
Ooh, I like deep dives.
We are.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and we're pulling out all the best bits, all the golden nuggets from not one, not two, but 5 incredible sources.
5. That's a lot to unpack.
It is, but that's kind of the point, right? Think of it like we've sifted through it all, and we're giving you like the cheat sheet.
Cheat sheet for like manifesting and healing.
Exactly, for manifesting like a wizard and, really jump-starting that healing journey.
It's a great way to put it, a cheat sheet.
Yeah, and what's amazing is, and we're going to talk about all the sources in a minute, but what's amazing is how much they all kind of point in the same direction, right? Yeah. They're all saying, you are so much more powerful than you realize.
So powerful.
Yeah.
It's really incredible.
Yeah, so we've got Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks.
Oh, classic.
It is a classic, and we've got Wayne Dyer's incredible preface to that book, too. We're going to touch on that.
Oh, yeah, his perspective is so powerful.
Yeah, and then we've got Rhonda Byrne.
Oh, the mastermind behind The Secret.
Exactly, The Secret, which, blew the lid off this whole thing for a lot of people.
For sure. It really brought these ideas into the mainstream.
And then we're going to touch on Deepak Chopra.
Okay. Love him.
Yes, the 7 spiritual laws of success.
It's a good one.
It is.
Lots of wisdom there.
And then last, but certainly not least, Neville Goddard.
Okay, I'm excited to dive into his teachings.
I think you're really going to like this one.
All right, I'm ready.
So we've got like a lot of really, really incredible sources.
Yeah, so it's like 5 books worth of wisdom distilled down into this deep dive.
Yes, into this, like I said, cheat sheet.
I love it.
Yeah, and the thing that really ties all of them together, which I just think it's so profound, is this idea that you're not just like a bystander in your life.
No, you're not just along for the ride.
You are not. You're actively creating it.
You are creating your reality.
You are, yeah.
That's a big responsibility.
It is. But it's also incredibly empowering.
Absolutely. It means you have the power to change things.
Exactly. So I love this analogy. It's like we're all walking around with these magic wands, but we don't even realize we have them.
Right. We have all this power at our fingertips, but we're not using it.
Exactly. So like Ask, and It Is Given, it gives us this framework for understanding this power, right? It talks about this idea of source energy.
Oh, yeah. Source energy, this infinite wellspring of positive energy.
Yes, exactly.
Where everything comes from.
Yeah, and we're all connected to it.
Like we're all little drops in this vast ocean of energy.
And, we talk about the law of attraction.
Oh, yeah, the law of attraction, like attracts, like, right.
Exactly. And it's really about understanding that our thoughts and our emotions, they act like magnets.
They're constantly attracting experiences that match their vibration.
Yeah. So, and I think Rhonda Byrne, she tells her story about how she manifested the success of The Secret.
Mm-hmm. She had this unwavering belief that it would touch millions of lives.
Yeah, and she just held on to that vision so strongly.
It's incredible how she just knew it would be huge.
And what's interesting is she actually had physical symptoms while she was writing it, like really intense stuff.
Oh, like what?
Like a burst blood vessel and cracked feet.
Seriously? Wow, that's intense.
It was like her physical body was almost like trying to catch up to the energy of what she was creating.
That's wild. So you're saying, like, if we start to feel a little bit off, it could be a sign that we're about to manifest something big.
Maybe. But I think the bigger takeaway is that our thoughts and our emotions, they're powerful stuff.
Yeah, we need to be mindful of what we're putting out there.
Yeah. And so, like, on the flip side of that, when we're feeling negative, when we're stuck in doubt, when we're feeling fear,
we create resistance.
We do. We create resistance.
It's like trying to drive with the parking brake on.
Exactly. And that's why Neville Goddard talks about dwelling in the end state of your desire.
Oh, yeah, like living as if you already have what you want.
Yes. It's not just thinking about it. It's like feeling it, embodying it.
So, like, if I want to manifest a trip to Italy, I need to start feeling the sun on my skin, tasting the pasta.
Yes. Smelling the fresh air like you're already there.
I can do that.
You totally can.
I love that.
Yeah, it's about shifting your energy, right?
Shifting your energy to match what you want to experience.
And then, this is such a big one, the role of our emotions in all of this.
Oh, emotions, they're like the fuel for manifestation.
Yeah, they're like our guidance system.
They tell us if we're on the right track.
And Ask, and It Is Given talks about this emotional guidance scale.
Okay, I've heard of that. It's like a spectrum of emotions, right?
Yeah, it is. And it ranges from like, the highest vibes.
Joy, love, appreciation.
Exactly. All the way down to, like
fear, anger, despair.
yeah. And it's so helpful because it gives you this awareness of where you are on that scale.
So you can consciously shift your vibration.
Exactly. And there's this amazing story in the book about a woman who was grieving the loss of her father.
Yeah, that's tough.
It is. And she was really struggling with, with that grief and with the sadness and the guilt.
So much comes up with grief.
It does. It does. And she realized that when she would focus on her father, like the pain of the loss.
It just amplified those negative feelings.
Yeah. But when she would shift her focus to like remembering the good times.
The love, the laughter.
Yes, she would start to feel better.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about denying the sadness or pretending to be happy.
It was about choosing to focus on thoughts that felt better.
Yes, exactly. And that's so powerful.
It is. It really shows that we have control over our emotional state.
And that reminds me of Gabby Bernstein's story about manifesting her son.
Oh, yeah. She had a long journey with that.
She did. But ultimately, she learned to surrender.
Surrender the attachment to a specific outcome.
Yeah, and just trust in the timing of the universe.
And it's amazing how things fell into place for her once she did that.
They did. It's like she created that space for the miracle to happen.
It's so inspiring.
It is. It is. So we've talked about, we're these powerful creators.
Right, and that our emotions are guiding us.
But what about, like, abundance? What about manifesting, like, the money, the financial freedom?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is. It is. And Deepak Chopra, he talks about this in the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
Yeah, he calls it wealth consciousness.
Yes. And it's about recognizing that abundance is our natural state.
It's not about chasing money.
Yeah, it's about aligning with the flow of prosperity.
And that's something Rhonda Byrne talks about, too, releasing the attachment to the symbols of wealth.
Yeah, it's about that inner sense of abundance.
It's about knowing that you're worthy of receiving.
And I love that story she tells about the woman who wanted to manifest a horse.
The one who bought the bridle.
Yes. She bought the bridle and just like put it in her house and visualized herself riding that horse every day.
And then boom, a horse showed up.
It did. Like the universe was like, okay, she's serious.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And it's a great reminder that our beliefs, they really do shape our reality.
What we focus on expands.
It does. It really does. And speaking of beliefs and interesting practices.
Oh, tell me more.
Have you heard about that Mexican tradition where if you want to manifest travel?
No. What is it?
You get out your suitcases and you walk around your house with them.
Seriously? Like you're already going on the trip?
Like you're already going on the trip, you're feeling it, you're visualizing it.
I love that. It's such a tangible way to embody the energy of travel.
It is. And it's like, taking action in the energetic realm.
It's like you're sending a clear signal to the universe.
Yeah. So it's like, we've got the thoughts, we've got the emotions, and then we've got the actions.
It's all connected.
It is. But there's one more piece to this puzzle we haven't talked about yet.
Okay. I'm intrigued. What is it?
Joy and gratitude.
Those are the good ones.
They are. And, Rhonda Byrne and Gabby Bernstein.
They both talk about joy as a magnet for attracting desires.
They do, because when we're feeling joy, we're aligned with that energy of abundance.
It's like joy is a signal that we're ready to receive all the good things the universe has in store for us.
Exactly. And gratitude, oh my gosh, gratitude.
Gratitude is like a superpower.
It is. And Rhonda Byrne tells so many stories about how just simply appreciating the good in your life.
Like the small things, the everyday miracles.
Yes, it shifts your energy, it attracts more blessings.
It's like a positive feedback loop.
It is. And it's connected to forgiveness, too.
Oh, yeah. Deepak Chopra talks about how holding on to resentment blocks the flow of well-being.
It's like we're holding on to this, like, energetic baggage that's weighing us down.
Forgiveness is about releasing that baggage.
It is. It's about creating space for more love, more joy, more abundance.
It's about choosing peace over pain.
And so we've covered a lot here.
We've barely scratched the surface.
We have. But there's this one thing that connects all these sources.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. Tell me more.
And it's like this deeper truth that could really shift your understanding of this whole thing.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear it.
We'll dive into that in part 2 of this deep dive.
Let's do it. Welcome back.
We're back, all right, and ready to dive even deeper.
It's amazing how these sources, they each offer these unique perspectives, but they all really emphasize that we have this power within us.
Yeah, this like untapped potential.
And in this segment, I think we should explore some of the actual, techniques and processes they offer.
Oh, yeah. Like, how do we actually apply all this stuff, right?
Right. Because it's one thing to understand the concepts, but how do we actually use it to,
Manifest and heal.
exactly, manifest and heal like wizards?
Okay, so I'm really curious about this. It's called the placemat process.
Oh, yeah. The placemat process, that's from Ask, and it is given.
Yes, and it.
It's such a simple idea, but it's so powerful.
Yeah, tell me more about it.
Well, so Esther Hicks, the one who channels Abraham, she was talking about how she felt so overwhelmed by her to-do list.
Oh, yeah, the never-ending to-do list.
Exactly, and she felt this pressure of having to do it all herself.
I think we've all been there.
Right. Like, every time you cross something off, 3 more things get added.
Exactly. So what did she do?
Well, Abraham guided her to take a placemat and draw a line down the middle.
Okay.
And on one side, she wrote, things I will do today.
Okay.
And she only listed the things that she was absolutely committed to handling personally.
So, like, taking responsibility for her part.
Exactly.
Okay.
And on the other side of the placemat, she wrote things I would like the universe to do.
Okay.
And she basically transferred everything else from her to-do list to that side.
It's like a symbolic act of letting go.
It is. It's like saying, universe, I trust you to handle this.
So did it work?
Well, yeah. And it's amazing because as she let go of those items on the universe's side, she felt this sense of relief.
Like a weight lifted.
Yeah. And what's really cool is that many of those things were actually accomplished without her direct effort.
Wow.
Like, people she'd been trying to reach called her back. Things just started falling into place.
It's like the universe was like, okay, I got this.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that.
So it's a reminder that we don't have to do it all ourselves.
Yeah. Sometimes the best thing we can do is surrender.
And trust
And trust.
that the universe has our back.
I love that. The placemat process. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Okay, so what about, we talked about those times when we're feeling stuck in negative emotions.
Mm-hmm. When those lower vibes start creeping in.
Yeah. Is there a technique for, like, shifting out of that?
There is. Ask, and it is given. Also talks about something called the pivoting process.
Okay, the pivoting process.
Yeah, and it's all about consciously redirecting your energy.
So, like, when you notice yourself spiraling?
You got to pivot. You got to change direction.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, Abraham emphasizes that you need to shift your attention from what you don't want to what you do want.
So instead of focusing on the problem.
Focus on the solution.
Okay, that makes sense.
And there's a story in the book about a woman who was really struggling with grief and guilt after her father passed away.
Mm.
And she found that when she focused on the pain of the loss.
It just made it worse.
Yeah, but when she started to focus on memories that brought up feelings of love and gratitude,
Okay.
she started to feel better.
So it's not about denying the negative emotions.
No, it's about choosing to focus on thoughts that feel better.
It's like you're training your mind to focus on the good.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that even small shifts in your emotional state can make a big difference.
Yeah, it's like you're building momentum.
And attracting more positive experiences into your life.
Okay, so it's like energy flows where attention goes.
That's a great way to put it.
If you want to change your reality,
Yeah.
you have to change what you're focusing on.
And Rhonda Byrne talks about this too, the power of visualization.
Oh, yeah, creating that mental picture of what you want.
And feeling as if you already have it.
And there's that amazing story she tells about the woman who manifested a horse.
Oh, yeah, the one who bought the bridle
Yes. She couldn't afford the horse, so she bought the bridle
and hung it up in her house.
and visualized herself riding that horse every single day.
And guess what?
She got a horse.
She did. It's amazing.
It's like, she took that step, that symbolic action.
And the universe responded.
Yeah, it's like she created this vacuum, this space for the horse to come into her life.
The universe abhors a vacuum.
It does. It does. And it's a reminder that our thoughts and beliefs are so powerful.
They really do shape our reality.
Okay, so we've talked about the placemat process, the pivoting process.
We've talked about visualization.
Yeah, and the power of our thoughts and beliefs.
But there's another piece here, right?
Yes, there is.
We talked about it earlier, but it's worth emphasizing again.
Joy and gratitude.
Ah, the dynamic duo.
Yeah, they're like essential ingredients in this manifestation recipe.
They are, because when we're feeling joy, we're aligning with that energy of abundance.
It's like you're sending out this signal that you're ready to receive all the good things.
Exactly. And gratitude, it's like it amplifies that energy.
Yeah, Rhonda Byrne says it's like you're multiplying the good in your life.
And it's connected to forgiveness, too, you know?
Oh, yeah. Deepak Chopra, he talks about how holding on to resentment,
It blocks the flow of well-being.
it's like we're clinging to this negative energy.
Forgiveness is about releasing that energy.
Yeah, it's about choosing to let go of the past.
And creating space for something new.
Yeah, I love that.
So, as we're exploring all these powerful principles,
Mm-hmm.
it's important to remember to be gentle with ourselves.
Yeah, we're all works in progress.
We are. And it's okay to stumble. It's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah, the key is to keep learning and growing.
And to celebrate our successes along the way.
Yeah, even the small ones.
Because every step in the right direction is a victory.
I love that. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have, but there's still more to explore.
Yes, there is.
Remember that surprising connection we mentioned earlier, that thread that ties all these sources together?
Oh, yeah, the deeper truth.
Well, are you ready to unravel that mystery?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Lay it on me. What's the big secret? What's that connection?
Okay, so remember how we talked about, you're a powerful creator, and we talked about emotions and aligning with abundance and joy and gratitude?
Yeah, it's all starting to come together.
It is. And here's the thing, that all 5 of these sources, they all point to this. You are an extension of source energy.
Whoa. Okay, so it's not just about, manifesting a new car or a vacation.
No, it's much bigger than that.
Yeah, it's about recognizing our connection to something way bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and it is given, it describes source energy as this, infinite wellspring of, pure positive energies.
Yeah, like the source of everything good.
Yeah, well-being, abundance, love, it all flows from source.
And we're all like little pieces of that.
Like little sparks of the divine.
I love that.
Yeah, and Wayne Dyer, in his preface to Ask and It Is Given,
Yeah.
he talks about how important it is to remember that connection.
To remember that we're not separate from source.
Yeah, and to align our thoughts and beliefs and actions with that source energy.
So it's like we're all plugged into this universal power grid.
Yeah, and we just have to flip the switch.
I like that analogy. And that's where the emotional guidance scale comes in, right?
It does, because the better we feel, the more in alignment we are with source.
So when we're feeling joy, love, gratitude,
We're vibrating at a higher frequency.
and that frequency, it's the frequency of source energy,
Exactly, and that's when the magic happens, when we're in that state of alignment.
because then we become magnets for attracting the things that we desire.
Yeah, and it goes back to what Rhonda Byrne said about the universe abhorring a vacuum.
Oh yeah, when we create that void, the universe rushes in to fill it.
But we have to be vibrating at a frequency that matches what we want to attract.
So if we're feeling doubtful or fearful or resentful,
We're actually pushing away the very things we want.
it's like you're trying to tune into the wrong radio station.
All you get is static.
Exactly. And that's where Neville Goddard's teaching about, dwelling in the end state of your desire comes in.
Yeah, living as if you already have what you want.
It's about feeling it, embodying it.
And when we do that, we tap into that infinite power of source energy.
We become co-creators with the universe.
Exactly. And Deepak Chopra talks about this too in the 7 spiritual laws of success.
Oh, yeah. He talks about aligning with the flow of abundance.
It's about recognizing that we're not separate from that abundance.
We're a part of it.
And when we cultivate that wealth consciousness, we open ourselves up to receiving.
Wow. This whole deep dive has been amazing.
It really has. It's like we've uncovered this hidden treasure map.
A guide to living a more joyful and fulfilling life.
And it all comes back to remembering who we truly are.
Extensions of source energy.
Powerful creators.
With the ability to shape our reality.
So what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away from this deep dive?
That they're not alone. That they're connected to this incredible source of power and love.
And that they can create a life that's beyond their wildest dreams.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for taking us on this journey.
It was my pleasure. And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep creating the life you desire.
Until next time.